And we continue on with MSI 2024. Welcome to the kimchicast. I'm Box Kimchi, here to bring you all the action very worse than you normally would watch it. And today, find out who will face top, who will face Team Liquid, Gen.G, the #1 seed from Korea. 4 splits running now, and Fnatic, the 2 seed after a nice run in the playoffs, only to get curb stomped by G2 as per the yearly script. This one might not even, this one seems about as close as the previous series we saw top Team Liquid. Gen.G are something else usually. Regular season wise, entering this tournament, Gen.G continue to be something else. But that does come with a huge caveat. Gen.G, one of the most disappointing international performers. No international finals appearances. They only have, what, 2 semifinals appearances? I can check that while busy. Grab that. We need to go here, as we are jumping into the draft as well for game #1. Zach ban against Oscar. Interesting. Lucian taken away from Pays. Pays Lehens, very good bot lane. And continuing to be one of the best. Not a... Yeah, I continue to be correct. Gen.G, no semifinals appearances. Depends on how you count MSI, I guess. MSI is a bit more complicated. Their best showing, quarterfinals. I think MSI 2023, they made semis, technically? No. They made upper semis, if that counts for anything, which it doesn't. But Pays going to get the Kalista. Fnatic fire back with Varus, Ashe for Nova and Jun. And this could go 3 ways, technically, if you really think about it. But this can only go 2 ways. Normally, no way you're putting a Rumble in the jungle right now. So he has a skin for it. It's either going to go in the hands of Keen or Lehens. And lane swaps. They're already talking about lane swaps, and I'm not thrilled. Not because they're wrong, but because I hate lane swaps. They're so boring, man. They make the game really boring. This will be, of course, confirmed to be not Rumble Jungle, as Sejuani going to be in the hands of Canyon today. What's the final pick here for Fnatic? Can match jungle or top lane, unless they don't trust Gen.G and just go for jungle anyways. They're going to grab mid. Humanoid absolutely carried Fnatic to game #3 on this champion. So, or no, not on Talia. That was on... I'm going to say it was Talia, because that's the only one I can remember it being. Don't think it was. It was not. Not that. I have to... Play-ins. Oh, was it LeBlanc? 2 games of LeBlanc against Top Esports. Interesting. LeBlanc taken away from Chovy. Speak of it. Talia game 3 is actually where they crumbled. But Humanoid still pretty solid on the champion. 1-1 on it so far in the tournament. Nothing to lose here, really. Razork going to lose Lee Sin. That would be interesting. Briar is enabled. Been several months. Yeah, no disabled champions. This would be an interesting pick, to say the least. Is it showing that? Is it like... Sight, man. It will be the Wukong locked in, likely for Razork. I don't see many positions where Oscar is going to get this in his hands. It's because It's showing Rumble right now. You're showing Rumble top. There's no real reason to put Wukong into Rumble top. He's not really that good into him. And Corki Talia, welcome back to Spring Split. Nothing's changed. So what's the final pick? This is pretty much going to reveal the whole hand of Gen.G. I've said hand way many times already this recording. And it will be Chovy. Or no, not Chovy. It will be Rumble support. I did kind of expect this at the end. Keen back on Sante duty, and this should actually be a pretty confident lock-in if you're Oscar. They're showing showman TF right now, and I would say do it. I actually do think it's not bad, but this is very, very Fnatic of them. Camille into the Cassante. Oh, baby, let's do this thing. All right, we ball. Oh, where's the Camille game? I gotta go find that now. I do need to go find that Camille game. Okay, good, that doesn't. I need to go find that LEC game. There is a Camille game, I swear, that Fnatic played. I swear I'm not insane. I promise I am not insane. Swear. There's a spring playoffs game. There is. That's not awful. No, that was DOS. It was somewhere else then. Was it recording that? Was it recording that screen? Anyways, Gen.G, heavy favorites here, and they got a lot more traditional, I guess. Rumble is just casually a support now. Don't question it. But the Camille can throw a wrench, and it's really up to Fnatic to throw a wrench in the spanner of this whole thing, not just with the Camille, I guess. Well, Wukong really going to need to be valuable here. Razork is going to need to out jungle. Why can't it's Canyon? Really going to need to out jungle Canyon here, as he's on the significantly worse jungler comparatively. Like Sejuani, one of the best junglers in the entire game, 2.5 years running now. Wukong's been, he was meta 4 years ago, 3 years ago now. So he recently did just get buffed, yes, but I don't know if that's enough to justify, or not even justify, locking him in. He's still a good pick. I don't know if it's going to be enough to pick Fnatic up a win, is what I meant to really say. As you can see, lane swap still on the table. Pens. I was going to say Lehens and Pays, and I said Pens, so that's a new one. Lehens and Pays hovering around this top side. Keen, ready to rotate out whenever he needs to, and lane swap. Lehens is going to get spotted here, so Oscar's very aware there's a lane swap going on, and Fnatic going to take this time to just hide, start preparing to slow push and punish, or not Pays, Keen, for coming down here and being late. As Oscar is coming down, spotted out. Usually what teams will do is send their top laners on a roam before they go show up in lane, because they're not going to be able to pick up anything anyways, while the ADCs and support are split pushing, or not split pushing, slow pushing. And so because of that, they usually send them to either leash their jungler or, okay, what Oscar Rinnan's doing, try to go for an early gank, but great ward there from Chovy to deny any surprise ganks, any surprise potential he had on the Camille with the hook shot. But now Oscar roaming down. They don't spot Canyon, but they do spot Keen. And there's Canyon spotted by Oscar. Did they spot out Oscar in response, though? Nothing they could really do. And here's the teleport back to top side. I think Oscar... No, Oscar didn't actually lose anything. I thought maybe he was committing his teleport when he didn't really need to, or didn't have a reason to, but no. There is a reason. Denying that pressure from Pays and Lehens on the turret is pretty valuable. There's no real reason not to. But you can see even with that pressure, they're both going to be able to snag platings here. Lehens can't hit the turret is the upside, though. And you have slightly better wave clear than Keen for now. But you're not going to be able to do much with it. Especially with Razork pathing down to bot side as there's Humanoid getting jumped on by Chovy. Chovy needs one more auto, and that's just going to get the flash out of Humanoid there. Humanoid not throwing down the Unraveled Earth at the right time, and he's going to have to pay dearly for it. It's going to be flash, teleport out already. Chovy's going to just be free to leave and come back. And keep the harass up now that he has no worries of Humanoid running away. And they're going to end the lane swap here. They're not going to go for a 4-man. Canyon is topside still. They are going to end whatever this is. The lane swap shenanigans as Keen has teleport. Going to get aggressive knowing he has his bot lane coming in because he's going to take a reset anyways. Or just straight teleport. We'll see. It's about 10 minions of gold. So, yep, is going to back grab whatever component he can snag and then teleport up, which will give him the slightest advantage against Oscar. Should probably be a Ruby Crystal because that's the only thing that really is effective against Camille. For the most part, armor not super valuable. Canyon spotted out here on this River Brush. Very good for Fnatic. Is it going to matter, though? Because Razork's here, so Fnatic are going to feel the pressure to go in as there's the jump out to Noah. The flash in from the Hens. The stun comes through. First blood to Pays. And Razork is here, and I don't know if he can really do much here. He has Jun, and that's not a lot. He has no CC available right now. The Hens and Canyon able to stack up so well as there's a nice play from Keen onto Oscar to get the flash out of the Camille. Keen reads him like a book. And that is absolutely devastating on the side of Fnatic, as now they are losing everywhere. Flash, heal, ghost down on the bot side. Flash out of your Camille is not the worst, but that isn't going to be nice. And now Jun going to just try and cancel some recalls, at least get something back. Will succeed in only tagging Lehens, so Lehens will be delayed, but Pays does get his back off in time. Hence sacrificing his recall to save his ADC's recall. Very good. Swifties. Yep. Support lifestyle. Yet 1100 gold. Gen.G has an actual ultimate on their mid laners. Lehens is up here. Is Lehens spotted? No, Lehens is not spotted. As Grub started by Canyon. And Razork is going to be here, but Chovy and Lehens should be able to dissuade Razork, I think should be the correct word. The other one was kill, so also correct. 3 Grubs over to Gen.G. Pretty easy. Rotated the support up. They just kind of leave Pays alone. No real threats, though, to killing him. He has the wave stacked, actually, in his favor. So Len's plenty of time to rotate back. Didn't really help on the dragon either. Or didn't really help with the Void Grubs. Mostly just stood there. Walked up and walked right back to base. Or walked right back to bot lane. Very underwhelming. Oscar's rotating. No, he's not going to rotate all the way down. Just grabbing a ward in river. Prevent Canyon from running at him a lot. Hence takes a good chunk of damage there. So that's going to maybe factor in. I can't really see it factoring in Canyon. It's going over the wall. There's the ulti coming in. No flash for Humanoid. Chovy picks up the kill there with the Gatling gun. And that's going to be a second kill off of Canyon. Another great play for Canyon there. Second he gets it. He gets it off of the Scuttle Crab. Runs for this play. No vision for Fnatic in lane brush or in their own jungle. Razork was on his red, so Nothing he could have saw. Just missed out on the vision. Gen.G are just punishing Fnatic right now. Razork starting this Drake. Canyon's going to go right over the wall, probably. Can't really afford to. Can't really afford to, though. Humanoid is right here, and he's just going to stop Humanoid from really doing anything. Only plan is to stop Humanoid from rotating over. He can't steal it. Look at where his bot lane is. Not a really good position to try and steal a dragon unless you want to burn your flash. As here comes the arrow. They're going for Chovy. It's not gonna connect. Just misses. Could have been really cool. Not going to connect. Chovy dodges away. No fear. And now just gonna jump onto Humanoid. Get another chunk onto him. That's kind of the advantage here. He has the Hex Drinker already. He's blocking a percentage of Humanoid's damage. He can just afford to keep trading him. As long as he also doesn't get hit. That is the best way to prevent taking damage and allow yourself to consistently trade in League of Legends and in almost any single game. Just don't get hit. It's not that hard. Honestly, Chovy can do it. You can do it too. Again, going to be spotted out here. Very good Hawk shot. Pretty OP ability. Very balanced ability. Every 60 or so seconds, just throw a Hawk up the rift. Ooh, big one doesn't connect. We'll finally get some damage now. The issue right now is Chovy not doing a ton of damage unless he really gets a couple good missiles in. And that's really it. You could see kind of tickling him right now. Humanoid not really worried. Is Canyon? Okay, there's Canyon spotted. I didn't know if they spotted him already or if they just got him there. Oscar's already here. Keen is recalling. Chovy has no mana. Yep, that hit him. Minions are saving it. So Canyon gives up the Scuttle Crab here. No real reason to not. Noah gonna land the chains on to Lehens, but there's the re-engage. A great arrow. Point blank for Jun there, and it's going to be able to turn into a turn onto Gen.G. They're chasing. Ghost and Flash already out from Jun. The arrow not going to do nearly enough damage, and the volley not going to do anything else as well. But here comes the Weaver's Wall from Humanoid. He's going to pick up Lehens here. Pays, gets shoved. But now it's up to Chovy to turn down this Humanoid thing, and he will. It'll be a 2-for-1 in favor of Fnatic. Very well played there, punishing the aggression of Gen.G. And very, very good. 2 kills to Humanoid. Who better to get these kills than the carry himself? As the Q3 going to connect. Oscar able to just get away with the hook shot there on Keen's engage. But Canyon, there's the opening with the Glacial Prison. There's the all-out. The Hex Tech Ultimatum does nothing. Canyon gonna tank, but Oscar's able to get away with one more hook shot. And it's falling apart for Gen.G. The plays are disappearing. They're still up about 2,000 gold. They have all the Void Grubs, and it's only 1 Drake down. But the plays disappearing from their book. They're trying everything they can. Razork and Noah gonna chase Lehens here. Lehens just gonna fire an Electro Harpoon. Say, nuh-uh. Oh, these plays are so close. Okay, the bot play wasn't close, but that play in topside, very, very close to being the end of Oscar in this lane. Didn't quite have the damage. And this is Lehens absolutely whiffs, so he is just getting chased. Incredible arrow. Either it hits Pays or Lehens. Equalizer hits nobody. Pays already forced a flash. And then Razork, or not Razork, it was Humanoid rotating down. But there's the Cyclone. And Razork going to pick up Lehens there. And Fnatic are finding these plays right now. They're going to keep finding these answers to all of Gen.G. And none of the kills going on to Noah still, which is suboptimal. But the money is still there. They're getting some money. Oh, wait. Plated Steelcast from Pays. That's an interesting That's not very common. I can see why he's doing it. I don't know if I love it, though. I think the attack speed boots are just way too effective on this champion to justify not taking it. But is how the lane is, he thinks it's going to be valuable. And specifically this lane matchup of double ADC and quad AD on the enemy team, which, yeah, I can see the angle. Especially that his lethality, he already has Halo Blades. It's not that big if he just doesn't. That is so much. Okay, Chovy has the mana immune. Not the Monomora. Fnatic have full control of this river. Keen going to finish off first turret and top side. All platings to him. Gen.G don't really have anything here. They're just going to steal it. They won't, but they're going to land the Glacial Prison onto Razork, and now they're going to chase him down. The arrow going to connect onto Chovy, but he's able to jump away to safety. And a good seismic shove to push away Canyon from chase down potential, from chase down territory. Gen.G just can't get anywhere. They're trying hard, but Fnatic get both Drakes, and they're making this one a lot more difficult than they probably were expecting them to. As Chovy putting in the work on this turret right now. As, ooh, misses another one. Lens has his item finished. Or support item finished, not his actual item. Even I can kill here. Not kill, he can chunk here. He's not going to, but man. And what's the advantage for Gen.G? It's still about 2,000 overall. Mostly in the top side and mid lane. Entirely in the top side and mid lane. Never mind, not even just mostly. Done. Flash over the wall from the hands. And he goes overheated as he gets a trophy. Another kill. 3-0 on this plain Yordle thing. Nope, still complicated. Still weird. Chovy getting chased by a humanoid. Knows he has no chance of fighting this. Gonna throw a big one, clear the wave out, and reset. Does he have teleport? He does a teleport if he wants to contest this. I don't know if he will. We'll see. And I don't know how much value it is to get Keen ahead particularly. Not the worst. Nope, Chovy just gonna go towards this Rift Herald. Bot turret, yeah, that thing is dead. There's no covering that bot turret. Humanoid has an entire wave to push out with. We'll get it. One turret for Rift Herald, which could potentially be more than a turret if Gen.G play their cards right. Pretty valuable. I think it's pretty good. Chovy just gonna side lane here. Needs to be a little bit careful. Razork here with Oscar. That's a lot of lockdown that Chovy just can't get away from. And now they don't know Chovy's here. Do they? Oh, they do. Humanoid could take almost half of his health in rockets, though. Because there's the mirror. Yeah, there's Muramana finished. For Chovy now with off of the rockets, eh? Should be seeing yeah, we already have all the first items. We're waiting on supports. It's gonna be a while. They don't know where Oscar is, so they're not gonna just blind Glacial into that bush, surely. But he's just gonna walk into it blind and cancel Oscar's recall. And let him walk away. Didn't see anything from Fnatic. I don't see any real funky ideas coming up. About a minute and a half till the dragon, so we'll see it then. Gen.G gonna opt to use the Rift Herald now, though, instead of around Drake time to get further pressure. No one's driving. Just gonna be in. Get the charge off. I don't know. I don't love that play. They do get the Weaver's Wall out, I guess. I don't love that play, though. They get into the river now. but there's no real guarantees they maintain that control for another minute. They need Chovy and bot side to clear this out. And they're not going to get mid control. Noah has better clear. As Humanoid going to get jumped on here. The Enchanted Crystal are going to connect, but there's so much damage coming out from Chovy right now. But he's going to be... Chovy's just dead. I'm not loving this play from Gen.G, not going to lie. As there's the Cyclone coming out. The chase over the wall. Cyclone again. And Noah picks up Canyon. And this is just falling... It's just continuing to go poorly for Gen.G. They can't find a play. I don't know what they're doing. Gen.G just are befuddling. I don't get it. All these plays as they're going to try and find an answer here as Razork is going to get jumped on here. Chain of Corruption comes out now. Razork, 1 health. Cleanse out from Pays to just get the tenacity, I guess. And they're going to pick up Razork at least, so they answer back with something. Oscar forced to Hex Portal away. And Package is here. So Gen.G will get this dragon somehow. Chovy finishes off the mid turret as well. So Gen.G get a good win on the map there. Despite themselves, they do something in this play for the Drake. They really shouldn't have. As Chovy looking for it. They should not. This is just brutal. That's tough. Nothing. But then the teleport behind you can kind of see it on the minimap there. The teleport is pretty much what sealed the fate because Canyon and Chovy need to start going back. And they really can't escape into Oscar there. And Fnatic really didn't have the ability to convert that into a dragon either. Drake wasn't alive, so they simply could not go for it off rip. As there's the Hextech ultimatum at least, and the flash away from Oscar will save him. And so Keen just gives up. He doesn't really care. He used ulti and Ghost in exchange for flash and ulti. He'll take it. Pays now. As the Edge of Night, we've seen this from so many ADCs. It's impossible to get him now. Edge of Night flash cleanse, you're not really... Oh, misses the Q3 and then just all outs him. Just his like, screw it. He was trying to get him to go backwards, but the Q3 didn't connect as he wanted it to, so how it is. Gen.G can't really go for anything here. They can't ambush Noah. They saw Chovy. Yeah, they saw Chovy, and there's just the shield for Noah. There's no real opportunity for them to get anything without throwing in several spells, and they can't do that without revealing themselves. They would need to have Canyon just go in blind. That's not a really great idea when you're diving the enemy team. So Gen.G looked for a play. They didn't really have anything else to do, so it wasn't that detrimental to them to just try and go for it. Nothing gonna happen for a while. We're gonna see these two teams kind of just chill out a little bit. Farm, possibly wait for Drake. I do see them waiting for Dragon as the answer for now because there's no way you're getting Baron and no way anyone's fighting right now because Baron's the only thing on the Rift. You can't afford to do that. You just can't afford to lose the Baron because you want to try and force Baron here. But Gen.G has damage. Fnatic also has the damage if they want to do it. And Enchanted Crystal are not even going to connect. Not even going to get the spell shield down, which would at least allow Fnatic about 30 seconds to try and do something if they so chose. Possible. That is an angle Fnatic can go for. They could just throw arrow. Jun's been kind of throwing these off CD unless he needs to hold them for a little bit. If Jun just keeps throwing these every 40 or so seconds and it hits someone, that is Fnatic's angle. They get something out of that. As here comes the Weavers. While I don't think this is where Fnatic want to engage, though. Keen and Canyon, not who you really want to be going for here. So Fnatic have gotten some health bars down, but they don't really get anything out of it. They throw in the Weaver's Wall, and they've kind of lost positioning here, as now Fnatic have to surrender river control entirely. Fnatic kind of go for the moon and chose the worst possible target. The worst two targets to catch out if you don't have 5 members have 5 members focus firing them. And that's just what happens. Razork going to get hit by the rockets now. Still need to be careful. Keen on a flank here. There's the equalizer on to 4. Hextech ultimatum. Going to trap Keen, but Canyon's already found Jun, and they're going to get Humanoid as well. The all-out will drag Noah back into Gen.G. It's Razork and an Oscar, and they will be able to run away. They'll surrender the dragon unless Oscar can find 5. There's no ultis available on the side of Fnatic. They threw all 5 in there, and it falls flat. A great ultimate from Lehens to open up that fight, and a great follow-up from Canyon and Keen. And Gen.G might be able to... Are they going to go for Baron here? Because they're all funneled. So Canyon locks one down with the help of Lehens' ultimate to slow them all out. And then just Fate's Call, easy airbornes. Great all-out to trap Noah there. And then Razork forced to flash away, of course. Baron ticking away. Smite is an option. They're going to use that to get some vision. Razork here doesn't get it. It's going to be secured by Pays, and Pays also kills Razork as well as Oscar. Not where you want to be when your jungler dies and all of the enemy are bailing. Chovy picks up that one onto the scary Knifefoot lady. And now Gen.G are back in control off of a pair of... Okay, one was a team fight. The other was punish on a steal. So I won't say off of a pair of team fights. That's just wrong. But Fnatic went from having a good amount of control despite still being behind. Oh, that was a bad package. But Keen blocks the arrow. Canyon never smote. Canyon never threw in Smite there. That was Pays. See, Canyon's Smite is up. He never even bothered to commit it. He was just going to let Razork ruin his own Smite. That's brutal. Oh, arrow again not going to connect. These have not been great after the catch out on Chovy as Canyon going to get locked under the turret here. And there's a big equalizer as Humanoid came in. He's chosen the wrong part of town to enter in on Chovy on a killing spree again. 6-1 now on this game. Razork going to jump over the wall. Cyclone burned. And this should be a victory march for Gen.G here. They are crushing it in this late game now, not even mid game. As Razork just got deleted. Okay. Inhibitors going down. Inhibs are down. Nexus turrets are exposed. Gen.G should be able to put this one in the books. Keen gonna go all out and I believe die actually to turret. No, just barely survives as Pays goes low. Finally will get taken down, but it's not going to matter. Gen.G take game 1 in iffy, if not good fashion. And that is Gen.G fully punishing Fnatic for misplays. They did not do anything after a while to contest them. And Gen.G get the punish. They get the 1-0 lead in the series. And now They're sitting in a good spot. 2 wins away from top esports. You always want to get that first win. Keep the pace. You had side selection, so that means you need to win to keep pace on your side. Did I talk about this at Worlds? No, I didn't talk about it. I don't remember when it was. It might have been during the... It had to be LLA something lower bracket finals, maybe, with Isurus? No, because that was a sweep. I actually don't remember. But it was... Lane swaps are cool. Lane swaps are not cool. Liar. I love lane swaps at League. Oh, that's insane. No, these are great. The character is shining through. But I always say that winning off of your pick is like breakpoints in 10, where you break someone's serve because it gets you in control of the game when it shouldn't. Like, it's kind of the opposite of that. If you win on someone else's side selection, that means that you re-give them side selection, but you're going to have side selection more. Like, if Fnatic won this game, they would give over side selection, but if they just traded wins, they would have side selection in their wins. And that really means a lot, having that option to side select to get yourself wins. And now that pattern kind of continues. Fnatic need to, if you're going to win a series, starting from the lower seed, you do need to at least at one point make your opponent pick back to back. At one point, they will have to pick back to back, and that is kind of why it's a bit difficult to win on the other side sometimes. Is you have to give over the power picks. You have to really have a plan to give over your opponent's side selection. But Fnatic going to be on their side. They'll see what they can do with it. And I hope they do a lot with it. I didn't really see... There wasn't a lot of action that... Oh, piss. What did I click? I clicked a bunch of random buttons. I don't know if any of them actually did anything. Okay, none of them did anything. But really haven't seen anything from either side. We've seen some really good coordination from Gen.G, but that's really good plays as well from Gen.G, where they pretty much got a bunch of summoners for free. Canyon played very well that game, but the action very low. Like, the amount of things that could go wrong for these teams have been kept to a minimum, and they've still kind of gone wrong. Gen.G's bot play, where they were very well punished for over-aggression. Twice, by the way. The fact that I could say that's happened 2 separate times is a bit of a concern. Fnatic just trying to get aggressive a bit. Still don't love a lot of these plays from a lot of these teams. I think these teams are playing very below what they can do. And for Gen.G, I can say they haven't played in like 3 weeks. For Fnatic, they played 3 days ago. So what's the excuse for Fnatic here? And I want to see these teams actually get a bit more proactive. They really didn't do anything. There weren't many rooms to make mistakes, though, and that is why Fnatic faltered. I will say, in a low-action game, the team who makes one mistake will always be if you mess up only one of your 4 engages, you'll always be better off than messing up only 2 out of your 4 engages. Even though it's only 2 messed up engages, there's so few of them that it's going to matter more. It's scale, like those numbers, 1 out of 4 to 2 out of 4. It's only 1 and 2, which are usually a microscopic amount of fights or engages in a normal game of League, but when it's 25 and 50%, it's ugly. Like, it looks worse. It feels worse to miss those engages. And it wasn't exactly that. It wasn't just they missed engages or made mistakes. It's just each one is amplified because both sides kind of took this very pacifist approach for most of the game and were very lax on actually doing things because they knew they couldn't really afford to without risking a lot of the game. And that was kind of just how it was. Fnatic really didn't have the ability to get proactive, call for their own plays most of the time. It was a lot of having to bait in Gen.G, lead them in, and then make them react to the play rather than anything else. And that's just not really going to work. Trust me, it's not going to work into Gen.G. Baiting them into mistakes only gets you so far. You're gonna have to do the heavy lifting yourself. The should you swap sign. You draft for lane versus lane. Do not swap. That flowchart is very true. Flowchart very correct. And flowchart very funny though. That's all. I don't like Gen.G still. I don't like their playstyle. I think it's not great. I think it's a bit too slow and I think it's too easily punishable because the low action style can be very easily counteracted nowadays. And I really do want to see Gen.G get active. I think that's why I'm going to keep picking on them, is because they consistently win LCK and they get outshone by every other LCK team almost consistently internationally, and they need to do something. Like, they need to do something, man. It's going to win them games. They're going to be able to beat teams that are not on their skill level consistently, even with them. Go on, phone. Nothing. Piss off. Even with them playing possibly like what I would consider some subpar League of Legends at times, but they're able to get away with it because they're just a better team than most of the guys. Like, they could just straight up skill diff. They can C9 most of their opponents half of the time. So they're not going to really feel the urge to change anything, but I think they do need to speed up their game. Even though they won this like 27 minutes. I mean, I think they need to actually do more stuff. They're not going to get away with just having 2 minutes of nothing happening in the mid game against an LPL team. There's no LPL team that's going to just let them sit around for 2 minutes and not even take any poke or trades. So I want to see them fix it up. Even if it's against Fnatic, even if it's not against Fnatic and they 3-0 them anyways, I want to see them clean it up. So Gen.G up 1-0 against Fnatic in this series, and it's going to be game 2. Fnatic get the blue side. We'll see if Fnatic answer back, or will Gen.G put this one to match point. I will see you then. All right, back for more Gen.G Fnatic. Fnatic on the blue side now after getting smacked in game number 1. And nothing crazy has happened. Besides the Rumble, maybe, but even then, that could be a justifiable ban. There's really nothing crazy coming out here in the draft. Maybe the Lulu. Lulu's a bit odd, even though, yes, Lehens does play it a lot. I still think it's weird. And it's going to be Lucian for Noah. Okay. I need to do this. Ow. Draven Nami. Okay, crazy stuff has happened. I lied. I've been lied to. I thought nothing crazy was going to happen. Maybe this is the Gen.G I want to see. As that's going to be Razork getting the Xin Zhao and Milio for Jun. So Lucian, Milio, next best thing. There we go. I don't know why I was opening things. I can't do anything with it yet. I was opening it though. And this is going to just be keen on K'Sante again. He's pretty good at it, and there's not much really to worry about here. It's a blindable top lane. You can almost always play K'Sante. It's K'Sante. As interesting as you think it is. But what are the bans going to be? Because both sides have 2 different priorities. They're going to get rid of Oscar on the Zac again. They really don't want him on this champion, I guess. I don't know. And it's... They do need a tank. They probably do want a tank here into this K'Sante Draven. It would be very nice to have, so... Gen.G is going to probably get rid of something like Ornn. I can't really think of anything else, on the lie. Top lane is just a blur to me. It's so uninteresting. Such an uninteresting lane right now. It's so boring to watch the same champions. At least bot lane has fun champions, like Lucian to watch. Top lane, you got K'Sante. Sometimes you have Aatrox. Sometimes the Aatrox is really nice. But that's really it. You get K'Sante, you get Renekton, you get Ornn. I like Ornn. You get Zac. Zac is kind of fun sometimes. Not in lane. Rek'Sai, so uninteresting. Rek'Sai's so goddamn boring to talk about. I hope she's banned. Or not even picked. I just hope she isn't picked. She's so boring, man. Sejuani, if you take it away from Canyon, another boring champion. Also, one that worked really well not yesterday. That worked really well last game. As Canyon was a catalyst for Gen.G, just getting ahead and never relinquishing that lead. It's probably going to be a jungle answer. Don't do that. Don't do that. They won a game of LCK finals with the Kazakhs. They should not have. They won an elimination game as well, which is so dumb. They should not have, but they did, and this was how they played game 4. They're going to commit to this, or they're going to go for something else? Nope. They will get this Orianna, so what's their top lane counter going to be? It's going to be Renekton, yeah. We're bored. This does not inspire me to actually give a damn about Fnatic, because this is such an awful time. I hate this play. They can't get Twisted Fate. That is what? I'll see. I'm intrigued. It's just something different, man. I don't even know if I like Poppy that much. I don't even know if Poppy's all that fun to watch. All I know is she's not in rotation half the time, so I'm fine with seeing Poppy the few games I see her a year, because it's better than the Cassante Renekton Aatrox handshakes we've had for a while. Asol. Gen.G. Are you mad? Are you mad? It's really going to be around the Kazakhs. I said this when I was watching LCK finals. What the hell are they doing with a Kazakhs? They're really going to need to put effort into getting him fed. T1 surely have this in the bag, and then they won. So now I have to guess believe in Canyon's stupid bug monster thing. I'm going to trust them. No, I'll trust them. I will believe in Canyon. Nothing left to do. Former world champion for a reason, I'll believe. I'll bite in, I guess. I do like Fnatic's comp as much as I do think I am interested by the Poppy pick. The reason I was mad is because their comp is very box standard, but that's how you win, man. That's how you win games, I know. But box standard comp. Ori going to be nice to really get that pick potential. They can put it on Xin, they can put it on Poppy, they could just use it straight up they could just throw it out in the middle of the team fight and let whoever gets hit by it just get deleted by the Lucian ulti. There's many options here for this Orianna, and that's kind of why she's so popular. She's just insanely flexible. You could do so many things with the Orianna. You could put her as a pure burst mage, you could use her as a setup tool, you can use her as a utility machine. Like, there is so much you can do with this champion. It's exactly why it fits so well into this comp. We're going to have to see what Poppy can do, because I think Poppy and Razor, or I think Razor and Oscar are going to be able to do quite a lot with this pairing, actually, especially when it comes to punishing Canyon and Keen. Mostly Canyon. And of course, the eject button, if they don't like someone being in a team fight, if they think they don't want Chovy in this team fight, they could just say, no, see you later, Chovy. Go fight somewhere else. That will be kind of a thing they have to worry about, though, is connecting these keepers' verdicts, because we've seen some bad ones. We've seen some pretty strong field goals. We can't be having those today if Fnatic want to make this an actual series. They can't afford to have any of that. Lucian, we'll see what Pays can do into what no one Pays will do to each other, because they can just throw each other. Just absolute violence. I think Draven wins out early. There's a door. I heard a door. Okay. So nothing really crazy gonna happen yet. No lane swap either yet. No, there's Oscar. He was covered by yeah, but no lane swap shenanigans. Just gonna play it straight here. Gonna go and hit each other in the face, clear out this wave. Very interesting. Chovy gonna start stacking a wave, slow pushing in humanoid. Get a lot quotation marks of poke down. Chovy, okay, I thought he was gonna take a turret shot there for some. Very lost out. Part of the play. Oh, I'll check later. I'm windowsill. As is the angle here for Fnatic because they're just getting slow pushed in almost every way, in almost every lane except for Keen's because Keen can't slow push. He's Kasante. He will never have priority in a lane. Razork got spotted, I believe. Maybe? No, did not get spotted. See the vision cone on the on that Raptors ward. Probably didn't get spotted. Very unlikely. Ah, it's gonna be a really slow paced game. Why does it look like it's running at like half the frame rate that it should be? Yeah. It's going to be really slow paced. We have a lot of scaling champions here, unless Razork wants to get busy. It's going to be hard to get Chovy's flash because he has his W. As there it is. He needs to hit the threefold, but he won't be able to hit the 3-point strike. Cancel it and potentially put the force on, but he does at least give Humanoid some breathing room. It's a little bit of damage onto Chovy, which would have been a lot more difficult for Humanoid to put down. Better position. The kick not going to connect, and now Lahen's going to trade Jun pretty hard. Dodge on the bubble. Very nice. Lahen's, or not Lahen's. Canyon is stealing from Razork. Joey probably has his floor already fully stacked. It's not hard to believe that he does. Canyon is going to just smite it. So no double scuttle here. Thievery from Canyon this game. Nice as we're going to get some nice damage onto Pays there. That's the value of the Lucian. Is just really good burst damage, and that's the value of the Lucian Milio is the burn that applies to it. Razork went for a gank here, and not going to be able to get anything off of it. Spotted out on the tri-brush, as now Chovy going to push forwards, has recalled already. Humanoid can't really push out this wave. This is just going to be tough. Finally, we'll be able to get a reset in, as he's going to finally get a back in as he resets wave position. Or I can't tell, actually, if he did. He did. Gonna teleport in. So back to even is a little bit ahead. Trying to do the math. No, is not ahead. Okay. Actually, I thought he might have been, but I was like, he has an extra item. That's a biscuit. Humanoid going to get a good chunk there, but Chovy is so much value here. And that is kind of the strength of Asol. Is he's very long range, very big damage. And so Gen.G going to consistently have push in mid lane. There's the steal from Canyon there. Very well played. And he's going to maintain his advantage there. Nice block from Oscar onto Keen. Knocked him down a little bit. All right, ulti's out. Falling Star just instantly going to be used there. Jeez. Just instant Falling Star. Chovy was recalling, so he just used it to clear the way. That'd be a power move if I've ever seen one. Both mid lane is going to take the reset here. It's Cannon Wave. Ooh, Humanoid not going to reset, actually. Normally you would take the reset there and just call it, but trying to push us out. I think he's a little. He wasn't even Cannon Wave. Why did he push us out? As Canyon going to jump on a humanoid, and it's going to be first blood. He's able to pick up the kill there. And wait, Canyon, that is filthy. I was so confused for a second because I saw him hit 6 and he leveled it. And this dude, oh my god, this dude evolved mid-fight. Pays getting shredded right now by Jun and Noah. Kidding me, Canyon. As Razork is trying to punish on this invade here, and it just does not work out at all. Canyon ultis. Yeah, he upgraded his ulti. Or upgraded his stealth, not his ulti, in that sense. He evolved his ultimate. There we go. Noah going to be able to continue to lay down this harass. Kind of a struggle for Pays to deal with. As there's the culling coming out. Lehens will be able to tank up some of it for him at least. They are struggling in this lane to find positioning. They are jockeying for position. So this is just Razork not doing anything, and then just the upgrade. Oh, it was a claws upgrade. Okay. I thought he was using... I don't know why he ulted there. To get to way faster. He wasn't going to fight for a while. Another block by Oscar, dude. This guy's going crazy. And there's the all-out coming in from Keen. He's just going to keep this going. Q. And the dashes from Keen is crazy. Whirling Death coming in. And it's not going to connect. The Q3 actually punishing Oscar... Or actually saving Oscar there. Umbral Flynn finished for Kenny. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. FF. Just forfeit. We have to quit. You saw. Dropped cannon. Game's over. There's no recovering from it. That's Chovy's only good thing. Okay, anyways. Back to the game. Canyon just going to keep clearing out this vision in the Drake pit. They're talking about dictionaries because they joked about Chovying. Anyways. Seeing a lot of the not fun, boring parts happening again. Canyon spotted out here. Going to be able to clear out a lot of vision. The kicks are not connecting today. Oh. Chovy's here. They're spotted out again. I don't know if they know that they're spotted out. Lehens going to go on the magical journey. Noah going to lay in some damage, but Humanoid is just getting breathed on again. And Shockwave forced out of Humanoid there to stop Chovy from just killing him. Other rotations coming up, spotted out. So is Razork going to commit to this? He will. Didn't know he was spotted, so he's just here now to help Humanoid push us out and leave. Because Humanoid needs to reset right now. As Hayes going to quarter health Jun right there. And there's the airborne coming through. But there's so much damage coming in from Noah. The exhaust is already out. He's trying to just lay into Jun here. And here comes Canyon. Canyon will set enough damage up for Jun, or for Pays to pick Jun up there. Jeez, words are hard. But it's going to be Pays cashing out. And we'll be able to see how much it is if they go to a replay. And that is Canyon providing so much value there. That if he doesn't lay in that damage to Jun, it is just absolutely over. Canyon would have probably had to flash. All right. So this all starts because Jun, again, missing another kick. It's not easy to land them as he... And then Tidal Wave keeps stalling him out, so Pays is just going to keep laying into him. And then Auto, Whirling Death. And that's enough damage there. 650 gold. That is 900 gold on that kill total. 950. I think Canyon dropped a. I think he dropped another can. I think Chovy dropped another cannon minion. Oscar going to pick up a plating here. Q3 goes out. Oh, Lehens is dead. That's the kick. And that's everything over the wall. No way. Oh! The flash isn't enough. Razork does pick it up, but that's depressing. Oh my god. The BM from the observers watching Noah instead of looking at the kill is honestly hilarious. Humanoid has flash here, so there's Falling Star. Flash not going to be used, and now Canyon's here. And not going to be enough damage, but he's going to re-engage with the flash, and he's going to get the shockwave out. And here comes Chovy chasing. Doesn't quite have the damage or the range yet. Oh, everything's going wrong there for Keen. And Keen missing that. So much value out, though, of Humanoid. No flash, no teleport, no shockwave. This is just so much value. Even if the play didn't work out as they expected it to or as they wanted it to. Hens. Bonk. Flash. And then we don't talk about that one. That flash was brutal from Noah. Great flash. Great W flash from Razork, though. Good buffer. Get dust. Ah. No. Oh. I don't want to run him over. I actually look at what I'm doing. Canyon gets marked up. No, I'm running him over. Ah. Fell off the mic stand. I bonked it apparently when I blew on something. Okay. Fall off again. So what is the state of existence on this? Keen is ahead, or Keen is behind. Hayes uses his ulti to clear out the wave there, so that he doesn't get dove by Razork. I'm talking like a bro. I'm talking so slow. Hate it. Canyon finishing off this Rift Herald here. Gold only about 1,000, and it's mostly on the back of Canyon. Did I say Razork getting the Rift Herald? That's Canyon. Oh my god, my brain is frying itself. Unless I'm mixing up my own words. Okay. Now pays very ahead. 1,000 gold ahead has the Essence Reaver. Yes. Ooh, and the combo connects onto Oscar, but he's going to need to shred through a lot of damage or through a lot of armor on the Poppy. He won't be able to, and he's just gonna just finish up this all out and walk away. Oscar pretty safe to just do whatever he wants. And there's the Landicon snapshot. Pretty much all of this is CS except for Pays and Canyon, which it's homicides. Chovy should also be able to pick up blue buff here. Not upgraded yet. Or no, that one's on. No, that. What? Why is there no blue circle? They upgrade in 5 minutes. He has the jungle item infinite. Whatever. What? Hayes look to throw in some damage, and it's just going to get punished there. Noah going to almost entirely take his full health bar there. Or take almost his full health. I look at the health bar on Pays. Whatever. He's back up to half. Almost lost his life there because he got really aggressive. Really, really aggressive into Noah there, and Noah really didn't give a damn. Okay, Lehen's able to heal him back up quite a bit, so he's fine again. As he's gonna get aggressive again. And Chovy going to flash for flash there. Razork trying to chase, gets the third auto off. And now Chovy is going to die here. There's the shockwave, and there's Humanoid picking up the kill there on to Chovy. Gen.G take the mid turret while they're at it. Noah's super low now. His second charge does go off for the Rift Herald as well. Shelly's having a good time. Jun, so much damage. He's going to be able to ulti just above the threshold and dodge away from the recast of the Whirling Death. So safe for one more day. Oof. So much going in favor of Gen.G. They're just surviving. Just winning it. I mean, they get Chovy, and they lost the Drake. Oh, the teleport canceled by Keen. Humanoid able to flash away to safety, but Keen's ghosted, and he's chasing, he's surviving, and then Razork left behind. 2 kills back to Gen.G, and they're able to flip this one back in their favor. As Oscar is going to get stunned on. I don't think Jovi's going to chase it. Waves. As now he comes in. He's actually slowing himself like strategically. And now he's just going to hold the Q button down to get the flash out of Oscar. You could... What the heck? Jovi's playing like such a Chovy way. Uses the ult to zone wave and then rechases Oscar. That he properly buffers his Q so that he fends off the steadfast presence and everything. Do you see why it's so confusing? When he just could have went in onto Oscar, killed him without having to worry about steadfast presence, but instead chooses to use the ulti to zone wave and then goes for him and properly buffers his Qs so that he slows down to avoid steadfast. Like, do you see why this makes no goddamn sense sometimes? But it still works. Don't get it. Oh, that last cone. Nice. Blocks the dash in. Will get turret. Will Oscar escape with his life is the question now. Getting chunked down pretty hard here, but now Keegan getting a lot of the return. Oof. Oscar just not getting hit by the Pathmaker there. They had the all-out available. He was positioning in a specific way to either get the stun immediately upon all-out connecting, or was looking for just an escape route. Worked out in the end. Chovy has the upgraded ulti available. Won't be able to use it. Zoned off with the wave pretty easily, and Humanoid's going to finish off this tier 1 in top lane. Evens out the turrets. And, oh yeah, mid tier 1. Like, I just could not remember if they took the tier 1. They did. They took it during the Drake play. Or during the Chovy play. It wasn't even for Drake in the end because they didn't get it. For Chovy. That was the Chovy play. Stupid. So dumb. Such a dumb thing. Means it's like the perfect weird play. Pays at okay, 282 on the stacks, has 2 items, so he's still on par pretty much with Noah. He hasn't really gotten too much value out of the rest of his kit yet, or too much out of the rest of his passive stuff. It's put him slightly ahead. He has finished boots, which is pretty much the only advantage we've seen. Because late game, those are just executions. As Razork walks into a completely unwarded bush, and that is not a smart play. Forced to flash and Crescent Guard away. What are you doing? Done. Gets the kick in the head. It's over. Jovi's going in here. He's looking for Noah. You're gonna get so much damage for just throwing down a single freaking spell. So all of this is just to keep Fnatic from getting money, and they're working on it. not working, but it's a work in progress. Canyon needs to be very careful here not to just die. He's worth a good amount of gold. Just going to keep trying to poke down. Drake in 20 now. And Fnatic have first move into the river. But Gen.G can answer back pretty well. Gen.G can answer back here if they want to. But Canyon gonna have to jump away as Canyon's dead. Forced to flash away. There's the shockwave. And they're gonna get the shutdown onto Razork. And now Chovy's here. This is just misplays from Gen.G again. They are not cleaning up this game. As now it's time for the Baron, apparently. Does Gen.G have really good answers here, actually? They need to worry about Oscar. As there's the engage from Keen. He's looking for anybody, but the kick of the head's going to stop him. Here comes the falling star. The skies descend. That's a lot of damage. Keen going to go all out onto Razork, but there's Oscar Renin looking for the dash, but a great whirling death picks off Jun in the backlines. And now Oscar will fall at the hands of Keen. Lehen's able to survive Humanoid for now. Gen.G have successfully fought off Fnatic and the Baron. Super well played, and the skies descended so much. Keen going to be able to survive this. Probably has the hands. Yeah, he's going to live. Canyon's here, not Covey. Canyon's here. Fnatic can try and turn this. It's very dangerous, but they could try it. Nope. Baron over to Gen.G. Keen not going to re-engage on that. Determines it's not worth it. Fnatic lose the Baron. They lose the fight. They have to give over everything there. And now there's 6,000 gold behind. Now it's 5,000 gold behind. Sorry. This is looking bad. He just goes in. I don't love this engage. Pays gets ejected. Great ultimate. Just destroys Jun. And the stackage of this guy. Thank you, Keen, is what Pays should be saying right there. Didn't see how much money he got off of it. A lot. Got a lot of money. As Keen kind of caught out. Gonna get grounded there by the steadfast presence, but Oscar's giving most of his health. Bar Canyon is gone, though. And the Whirling Death not gonna find anything. It's only a 32 health execute, so he's mostly relying on the damage. Health bars are ugly on the side of Fnatic. Gen.G super healthy right now. The ejection is going to get Keen out of the fight, and that actually might buy Fnatic a lot of time here. Chovy is not convinced. He's looking for Humanoid, not going to get it. Pays continues to go forwards. They need to be careful to keep this man alive. He is their core damage. Keen goes in, finds Razork. There's a nice breath of life, but Razork is still going to fall. No, he's able to just get away. There's not enough damage now. The teleport coming back in. Chovy trying to find anything. The skies descend. Noah flashing in. Kick in the head. Steals the kill. And Jun has slain the dragon. And finally, Fnatic find a fight they can win. They get the Drake as well. Jun kills 2 dragons in 1 fight. Jun's the GOAT. Oh. Gen.G way overcommit there, and that is going to cripple their Baron economy. They lose so much. They lose 1,100 Baron power play. Like, they lose. And that's a negative 1,000 gold swing on that 1 fight. It is terrible for Gen.G. Negative 1k. So they're barely positive 500. As Razork has to walk away, and he's going to get the Aqua Prison to the face. Pay's going to pick up this Scuttle Crab there. Grant the Vision, and it's down to 200 right now. This Baron is, economy-wise, terrible. Everything else-wise, also terrible. It's going horribly for Gen.G right now. Like, terribly. It's going to be miserable for Gen.G to play this. They're still on 4,000 gold, but it is very playable for Fnatic from what felt like it shouldn't have been. We went from possibly having Fnatic just end this to, or having Gen.G start the end of this game, and now Fnatic right back in it. They are very much in this as Pays, getting shredded by the culling. Nice cancel on it at least. gonna just ulti this wave to prevent any push. And Fnatic gonna have to answer to the topside push. And Chovy knows. Chovy knows better than to try and get cheeky when there's 4 members rotating. So just leaves. And so that whole time, Gen.G gained 500 gold. Not even. Probably 400. Is very bad for them. They took a fight that they definitely could not win, or at least misplayed so they couldn't win. The only upside is that the kill on Chovy went to Jun. As Keen isn't going to be dead yet. Now he might. Because there's a lot of damage coming in onto the Cassante. But now Canyon's here. I keep saying like Chovy and Canyon together. It's gross. Razork is almost full health. Oscar's pretty low. What happened to Oscar? He's just been getting the beat down, apparently. Apparently getting the beat down. Nothing for 2 minutes. Minute 30. I lied. Baron in a minute 20. Depending on how Gen.G win that, this could be bad for them. Like, depending on how they go, Fnatic might be able to get this Drake. It's really how much do these teams invest into the Baron? Or do they even invest into Baron? Do they go for the Dragons here? Because Fnatic still need to grab this Drake. Or still really want to, at least. Grabbing this Drake would be absolutely massive for them. Because it would get them, they spot out. Canyon there, whatever. But it would just get them such a nice position to threaten Drake Soul again. Because right now it's only Gen.G. That's the only reason Fnatic needs to answer this, is because Gen.G will get Cloud Soul. And that's really good for it's good for a few of them. We call canceled on Jin there. I don't know why that mattered. But pretty much, Canyon, Keen would really like to have that. Lahens would love to have that so they can get really speedy. Get in there while they get ulti, or while they're ulting. Fnatic would also really like it, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not that bad, but most importantly, it's just delaying it. We're at 30 minutes now, so this game is already longer than game 1. And it does seem that we will be fighting over the Drake. Canyon is going to get jumped on here. He has flash, and he's going to need to use it eventually. He's just going to try and run. There's the execution from Razork. And Humanoid, though. And this should be Fnatic on the Dragon. Fnatic will get this Drake in 24 seconds. There's almost no contests Gen.G can make unless they find an unreal fight here. But they are not getting it right now, as there's the falling star. And it'd be enough. That's 3. Knocked up by it. But is it going to be enough still? Keen trying to chase down. He's going to get onto Razork here. There's the all-out coming through with Chovy as well. And Keen going to pick up 1. They're going to pick up Chovy in response, though. Pays will find a 565 gold kill on top of the 200 something that came with it. 700 or so gold over to Pays. So 2, 4, 1 in that particular fight, and Gen.G can go for the Drake probably. Or they're just going to call for Baron. They're going to call for Baron here. So Gen.G, really confident they can get this. They probably can. They have so much damage from Pays. Pays putting it to almost 10,000 health by himself. And the rest of Gen.G will be wearing the purple. Chovy won't have it, so they do need to be aware of that. But this all starts because Canyon missteps. Just does not flash over this wall here. Does not flash this wall. He really could have. But then Fnatic try to push their advantage here because they need to stall for 20 seconds. And so they're just trying to keep this going. And this all starts with Chovy hitting the biggest ulti of the tournament so far. And then Keen keeps the pressure on, goes all out. So he does keep things rolling, has so much damage available to him. And Pays also in the just kill someone by himself, as there's Canyon chasing over, and he's going to flash out. Canyon went to chase. Noah doesn't get it. Ooh. Whirling Death not going to find anything. Stealing away the red buff at least. Gen.G still needs to be very careful. They really don't want to lose Canyon here. They did pick up third Drake in the meantime as Humanoid getting attacked by Keen here. Now Keen going to get jumped on. There's the shockwave coming out. And there's the chain CC. There's the block on everything. The all out will not be enough. That's a shutdown going to Noah. And Gen.G are playing some messy League of Legends again. They keep overextending. Keen is playing way too aggressive for the positions that they really should not be holding. As there's Razork getting shredded. Will be able to escape. That's huge. Engage onto Canyon there. A great ulti. And the calling over the wall. Not going to be enough, though. And Gen.G just able to make this and keep this a 1-for-1. When it really should not be. Paige trying to throw in some extra damage here. Oscar stuck in the black hole. And Fnatic fighting back still. The whirling dance. Just enough healing from Jun. Very well played there by the support of Fnatic. To save his mid laner's life right there. This is so narrow. Gen.G are just not playing clean. They're 8,000 gold ahead and they're not playing clean. It's depressing. What is going on here with Gen.G? It's going terribly. Somehow, this is in such a weird position because Gen.G can't really do anything. Despite being so massively ahead, they are like struggling to find things to do. Or to find a way to win this game. As Canyon getting jumped on again by Razork is able to get away this time, though. It's just... Is this Kha'Zix as valuable as we think it is? Keen going to finish off this bot tier 2, not tier 3. We haven't even made it there yet. It's going to tank up Humanoid's damage. Doesn't really care. He's fine. Humanoid can keep chasing all he wants. As Keen turning to go in here. I don't know if that's the play, though. What is going on with these play choices as they're just going to have 4 people? Why is Keen going in? Oh. Oof. Narrow victory there for Fnatic, as it turns out somehow. What is Gen.G doing? What is... This play is so bad. This play is so bad. Maybe they are limit testing. Why are they limit testing? And then... I don't think the cull increases your move. I do not believe cull increases move speed. Like, I don't believe. I don't think it does. I don't think it did anything. I'm very confused. He's ghosted. That doesn't change anything. He doesn't speed up. He's just ghosted. Ghosted means you don't have collision. Anyways, Canyon in Fnatic's jungle here. Running around, being a little weird thing. Get some good damage onto Razork there, actually. He's just gonna keep doing... He's living on the knife's edge right now. Now Fnatic just going to have to keep worrying about Canyon on a flank angle here. Flankles. It's a bit of an issue. He's going to keep firing these off. And now the engage comes in. There's the falling star. What happened to it? Anyways, they're going to keep this going. Keen is just in the middle of everybody, and Keen is down already. The Whirling Death still finding nobody, and Fnatic can win this fight here pretty easily. Where did Chovy's ulti go? Falling out. It's going to be split by a lot of members, but it's not going to be enough humanoid. Oh my god, his health bar is depleting. His Oscar is back in this fight now. Can Canyon find an angle, though? Canyon isn't an ulti. Is Noah going to jump on him? And he's going to jump away to safety. Canyon has the stealth available still. Humanoid teleporting back into this fight. And Gen.G, I don't know if they could fight this. This won't be. And it's going to be 3-2 Drake split in favor of Gen.G now. So Seoul is still on the map. We're entering the 40-minute range, as this will probably be the new longest game of the tournament, save for an absolute just chaotic mess that leads to like a two-way finish for Gen.G. Oh, Canyon out of position again. He's going to get marked up by Razork. He has flash. The flash follow from Razork, and Humanoid's going to pick up the kill there, but is Razork going to be able to get out with his life? He will. It's only Chovy, and that's not enough damage yet, and this will be Baron for Fnatic, and Fnatic are very much in this position to win this game now. Again, 8,000 gold behind. It doesn't really matter. Gen.G are just playing very poorly, as no one going to get hit by the Keeper's verdict there, but this should still be done. Keen dodges away from the shockwave still, just walks. Pays. Doesn't really have the damage yet. And Pays needs the move speed. Good Aqua Prison there to keep Pays alive. And Fnatic get the Baron. They're fighting back. The gold lead down to 5,500. How are Gen.G losing this game? And why is it Keen and Canyon? Did they get the turret? Oh, they did get them in tier 2. Tier 3. Good job, minions. Good job, minions. We're going to hit 40. We're going to hit 40 freaking minutes. I believe longest is 40. It was the 40-something 2 days ago at the end of play-ins. I remember that. It was the GAM game. So this mid-tier 1's already gone. Mid-tier 2, not long for this Earth either. As there's Keen getting engaged on, this time able to get away from the Steadfast Presence. As the Shockwave going to reconnect onto Keen, though, and drag him back in. Oscar getting slowed down. Here comes the Tidal Wave. Only going to connect onto Oscar, though. They can't really find an angle to engage onto Fnatic. And here comes the falling star. It's going to hit 3. But can they capitalize? Canyon trying to get into the back lines here. Keen continuing to go forwards. Nice Q3. Here comes Canyon. There's no damage coming out. But Chovy's going to find Razork. But now Canyon's getting collapsed on pretty much, as he's forced to jump away. But it's going to be Chovy picking up a second one. And now Keen has one as well. Oscar running away. Lehens versus Noah. That's not going to go well. But they're going to focus on Oscar. One auto. The airborne. The fire breath thing. It will be a 4-for-1. Lehens thought he could win. He can't win. Trying as hard as he can. Just stalling. There's the ulti coming out. And Canyon will die. Noah went on a rampage before he was swiftly shut down by Chovy. And Gen.G back in control. And Chovy will be getting this inhibitor. And this one's going long, eh? This one's going real freaking long. This is insanity. Like, oh my god. Such a great falling star. Even with Humanoid going golden, it was perfect. Why is there a question mark over Chovy's ultimate? Or over Canyon's ulti? Whatever. Canyon spent so much time in the back, but because they're not isolated, he's not doing anything. He's just landing poke damage. He gets Noah's calling out, which is huge. And also distracts the fact that Chovy is going to die. 43 minutes is the longest game, as it turns out. I've lied. In the hens. Going. Oh, nah. I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle. 1 minute, and we will be at the longest 43:04 longest match of the tournament so far. There were no buys as well in the loud game. Oh, 1-3. Hell yeah. And I missed that. Sick. Everyone's at full builds. Everybody is full build. This is just going to be a mess. Sante is so tanky right now, too. Keen has so much gold and so much value. But Fnatic have full control of the river. They don't really have an entry point for Gen.G to do anything. Keen already pathmakering away. He's tanking up a culling. Here comes the falling star. It's going to connect only onto Razork, and he's blocking all the damage. Humanoid went golden to avoid all this. He needs to reset. Keen has teleport as well, though. No falling star. They needed to keep their top laner alive. They need Keen to find and engage. As there's the eject, actually, onto Chovy, and that's going to be Drake's over both sides. There's nothing Gen.G can do, and there's the engage from Razor. Keen finds 4 with the Pathmaker. Can they do anything with it, though? Chovy goes golden to dodge the shockwave, but it's already Keen down. Chovy able to trade back 1. They are keeping Fnatic in this tiny little box. Will it be enough to keep them in, though? Canyon's low. Razor tried to escape, but it's going to be Pays picking that one up. Chovy and Canyon. Pays double kill. Chovy picks up a second in a roundabout way. It's the ace for Gen.G, and this could be the end. This one is such a long walk to the Nexus, but it's 33 seconds before anyone on Fnatic is back up. They have 2 minutes on the inhib. There's no worries of getting cheated out by the inhibitor, and I think it is going to be done. Fnatic fought valiantly and punished Gen.G thoroughly on their engages, but Gen.G will not be stopped. It is match point for the Korean champions. Somehow. My goodness, that game was terrible. Gen.G played that so poorly, but were able to pull away somehow. Gen.G able to barely pull that one away. I don't know how they did it. They really should not have, but Fnatic actually get collapsed on. Trapped in the Drake pit. The new song by R. Kelly. And that one's brutal. That was such a winnable game. That was the best opportunity we've seen either of these Western teams have to take down an Eastern team. And Gen.G played like garbage because of it. And that is probably why Fnatic were in it for so long. Keen was throwing for a really long time. Keen and Canyon were throwing at certain points of this game. So, really hard to justify and say that they're going to do much with it. But maybe they carry that momentum into game 3. Otherwise, it should just be lights out Gen.G again. The heck was that? I just can't really see an angle where they keep getting away with this. Because honestly, Fnatic probably will win a game if Gen.G keep playing like this. Because Gen.G really need to tighten up their game. They're playing really messy right now. They're really confident in their play style. They're really believing that they are just genuinely better than their opponent. And that's kind of why they're doing it. But they need to not do that. They probably can and will tighten it up eventually and actually start chilling out a lot. But this is going to be the least serious matchup they probably play all tournament. And they're very clearly confident in how they're playing. So it's really going to have to be on Fnatic to find angles to punish, because I don't see Gen.G ever playing another game like that for the rest of MSI. That was their one very not good game, and they're probably going to get back on board and do the right thing and play some actual League of Legends in game 3 onwards. Fnatic didn't really play terribly. Obviously, down almost 8,000 gold the entire game. But Fnatic put in a lot more fight. They had a lot of actual moments in that game compared to the first game, where it felt like it was never going to happen. Fnatic found a lot of fights where Gen.G were just not trying, but where Gen.G were not paying attention to them. Where Gen.G were not really aware, it seems. At some points, it really seemed like they weren't aware of what was happening. But they really could not stop Chovy after a while. Those engages, even with Falling Star being down for the Drake fight, there was no punish to be seen. Even with Canyon going down, there was no punish. Like, it was just really hard for them to get into fights. And it's kind of just, they really lost all their health on the engage 90% of the time and just had to react. They spent so much time just having to react. When they got picks, they were doing great, but when they weren't, when they had to go straight 5v5, they could not win. And that's a recurring trend we've seen with these with Western teams against Eastern teams, is they can get all the picks they want, but when they have to take on Gen.G, Top Esports, T1 in straight 5v5s, they can't do it. And that is concerning for specifically the West, because the West have not really been 5v5ing great. Fnatic had great 5v5s against Top, so I have faith in them, but the 5v5ing has been going very poorly for most of them. And they're going to need to find a way around that. I don't know how they're going to do it, because Fnatic had really good plays. Noah was playing really well. He did a ton of the team's damage. They were really getting a lot of picks as well. Razork and Humanoid were two-man hunting squad. They were constantly picking people off, but they can't rely. They're kind of over-reliant on that to a degree. Also, we did get the longest game. 44 minutes, 25 seconds, beating the other one by about 30 seconds. Hell yeah. Now we got business. Oh, by a minute, actually. Holy cow. Minute 21. Ooh, I don't want to know. But it is getting really dire for Fnatic here. I wouldn't be shocked to see them lose game 3, especially with Gen.G looking to make an example out of Fnatic in the next game, very likely. They had the one stomp, then they had the one very not at all, like, the very competitive, too competitive for your own liking kind of game. They had a 49 gold lead. That was the highest lead Fnatic had. Literally, Gen.G were in control that entire game. They had a 49 gold lead at a certain point in the early game, and that was it. Fnatic never had the gold lead when it mattered. And Gen.G pretty much financially suffocated them the entire game and still almost lost. And Gen.G are going to be mad, honestly. The coaching staff not very happy that they led by over 6,000 for the entire game and still almost lost the game. They're definitely going to have Gen.G running a much tighter, more serious comp, probably, and playing a lot more coherent League of Legends than they were. I think we're not going to see as many keen 4v1s and a lot of the Canyon blindly face checking as we had. So don't expect the Kazakhs next game. We're going to see probably the best draft Gen.G have ever had. And Fnatic are going to need to answer that. Or we'll see the worst draft Gen.G have ever had, and Fnatic will answer it. It's really up to that. So, time to see, will it be LCK versus LPL once again, or will we, and LCS versus LEC for an elimination match, or will we have Fnatic flat back in a probably unlikely scenario? But who knows? We'll see as we await game 3, because Fnatic are going to need to take us to Silver Scrapes to even have a chance of facing Top Esports. I'll see you for the next game. And welcome back. Fnatic on the verge of being sent to the lower bracket here. Down 2-0 to Gen.G. We're going straight into the draft once again. We're going to see the Cassante finally taken away from Keen. He didn't even play that clean last game. He was very overconfident, and Fnatic really punished him thoroughly, and he still absolutely curb stomped them. And Fnatic's still terrified of the Hens on this Rumble. Be scared of the Singe, though, because they're going to bring it out this game. They're going to totally bring it out this game. This will be the special Hens game that totally will win Singed his first international. Surely. Surely. It won't be a goofy pick that no one respects. It will be a goofy pick that wins. Totally. It'll totally be that. No chance it's not. This will be running it back Varus for Noah as he was in game number 1. Game number 1 went significantly worse for Fnatic, but I actually think it was their better game. I think they just made the higher percentage of mistakes with the lack of fights. Because the fights were so few. Ooh, Pei's going to get Lucian Nami now. Hi. Classes. I do this all. Habit. It's a bad one. But, yep, just ADC run back. Okay. But it was mostly the lack of engages from in game 1 that allowed Fnatic to have such a high percentage of flubbed engages, I would say, or misplays, compared to game 2, where there were significantly more. But it made up probably made up a lower percentage of the misplays on Fnatic's end, at least. I don't think they misplayed nearly as much as they did in game 1. Or not that they misplayed more than they did in game 1, obviously, because there were more things happening. But it was, oh, this is Oscar on the Scion, okay. But I think it was a smaller percentage of misplays than in game 1, despite that, because they just took so few engages in game 1 that there was no chance they could have misplayed as frequently as they did technically. It was just small sample size. And there's going to be Canyon back on the Sedge. That is interesting that they got rid of the Nautilus here. Were they worried about... What were they worried about? They were always going to take the Varus. I actually don't know what Fnatic were worried about here. From Gen.G. Especially if they were showing Lucian. Because they've only shown Lucian and Ballista. And okay, if they were scared of Nautilus Kalista, fine, but they already banned Kalista. I don't know. Were they scared of Senna Nautilus? I don't know. Orianna taken away. Corki taken away now. So, 2 of the mid laners that have kind of run this series are gone. I mean, Humanoid played a great game of Orianna, just really couldn't do anything with it. Got punished early and still was a huge part of keeping Fnatic in the game. And absolutely understandable that Gen.G got rid of it. Very bright out. Oh. And it's going to be Tali taken away. Humanoid going to continue to get banned out here by Gen.G. Gen.G kind of know that he is the key to making this team tick. And we've seen that for the most part, he's been allowed to function. Fnatic are allowed to be in games. And until that changes, I don't expect anything else to really change. Fnatic going to take away the 4th mid laner of the draft, and that is it. And we've seen a couple of Vaynes this season if they go with it, and it will be Vayne. It will be cringe into the top lane, and Humanoid has his pièce de résistance, his French disgusting name thing. If he gets his hands on this, Gen.G might be facing game 4. He might be able to bring us to game number 4. His LeBlanc was so damn good. Like, or no, not this one. Whoops. The previous one against Top. He's averaging 8 kills a game on the LeBlanc at the moment. I think he's actually gotten... Yeah, he hasn't gotten it since he's 1-1 on this champion somehow. Whereas going back to the Xin Zhao had a good enough game of it in game 2 to justify it. If they go back to Asol, I would be interested, but it should be the Azir here. I don't see why he would go into Asol here into... No, he's going to do it. He's going to run it back. Okay. Yeah, we knew that already. There's no way you're playing Vayne into LeBlanc. I'm interested in this. I think they probably could have won with these here. I think they probably should have. I don't know if I love the Asol pick, honestly. I'm questioning Chovy, which I feel like is a bad thing. I feel like I'm going to get cursed for this, for questioning Chovy. You know, you're not supposed to question Chovy. He's kind of the god of the league. But will Humanoid bring his LeBlanc win rate to above 50%? Because his teammates really want him to not be above 50%, man. They really wanted him to be below 50% or with a neutral or losing record as best as he can. Because, dear God, did they ruin his first LeBlanc game? Don't know if I love this Asol pick either. But I mean, I love this Asol. I love the LeBlanc pick. I think it's the ultimate pick that they could have gone for here. They need that big playmaker for them, and that's going to be Humanoid. It's been Humanoid before. It's going to continue to be Humanoid, and it's going to be good for them. Played great in both of his games of this tournament until they got banned away from him. Yeah, Gam noticed something, or not Gam, Tomp noticed they weren't going to win game 3 with Rift. And it's time for game number 3. Fnatic, it's time to see if you maintain your position in this bracket. This could be huge if they get Chovy here, and there's the jump forward from Humanoid with some help from Jun, and they're going to get control of this bottom jungle, the bot jungle of Gen.G. Very good early move. And are we seeing a lane swap here? Kind of. Yes, we are seeing Pays rotate over to the top side. Ew. And we will see King come down here, most likely, to answer into Oscar. Yeah, they're going to have Keen come down to answer into Oscar. They also might have him come here to punish Humanoid really quickly. Surely. As here comes the ghost from Keen already, and he's going to tumble and get the flash out of Humanoid and a lot of damage and the passive out. Absolutely huge play from Keen there. And lane swamp already gone through. Humanoid. Impressive. Holy cow. Humanoid is really going to have to stick in terrible conditions. Because now there's the black hole. Just going to keep jumped at. Keen is waiting. Keen has nothing else to do. Something you understand. Oscar have unsealed? I can't tell. Not a huge fan of this as Oscar's up here. Gen.G initiated this lane swap, actually. As here's Canyon, so Oscar can't run away now. Keen's coming up just in case. As there's the cancel on the decimating smash. And Oscar will, of course, go down to Pay's first blood. Easy over to Fnatic. It's going to be a nice split. Interesting split here. They're going to go to split the turret between the two ADCs. So this is interesting. As here comes the teleport as well. So Lens is going to hang around. And, oh no. They're going to just go for it again. And they're just going to have Canyon jump in. He's tanking up as many turret shots as he can afford to. Keen forced to flash away. Lehens is going to get executed. But it's still going to be another kill going over to Pays here. But Oscar at least mitigates some of the damage. Chovy drifts away. And all this happening means that Gen.G are actually behind in turret platings, but very ahead right now in terms of value, as that is 2 kills onto the Lucian. 2 very big kills onto Lucian here. As Pays getting ahead, Noon Quiver in his pocket, despite giving over some platings. getting less platings and being a few CS behind is thoroughly ahead. Four flashes. Oh my god. So Keen level 2, Oscar level 4. Oh, the flash in. The cleanse already out from Pays now. And there's the heal coming in. They're going to try and get him down. And Pays will go down as a shutdown to Noah. And that is absolutely massive. Another bubble dodged from Fnatic. And Fnatic answer back to the ADC conundrum. And now this game is pretty dead even in the bot lane and in favor of Fnatic overall. Actually tanked that well. And Chovy is going to have to tank up right now, forced to flash away from Humanoid. He wants that gold, though. Gets the falling star here, too. Oh, my goodness. Fnatic playing this very well, and Gen.G are going to need to find answers, at least in some capacity. He's going to continue to get poked out here by Jun and Noah. Fnatic have full control here. They're going to get this Drake pretty easily in exchange for the Grubs. Really, Grubs not as bad anymore because of the changes. So only one needed for Gen.G to get in the mites and get some value out of stacking these. They can also just give them over if they so choose. Now here comes the dive. Fnatic aren't spotted, and they don't know that LeBlanc is down here either, as there's Noah getting a ton of damage onto him, and it's going to be Lens picking up Noah, and it's going to be Humanoid picking up Pays in exchange, and now Lehens all alone, no flash, double kill for Humanoid, and this guy on the LeBlanc, still an issue. Oh my goodness, 2-0 on this LeBlanc right now. He's going to be so freaking valuable. And Fnatic finally bust out this LeBlanc. Finally are going to show Gen.G that they can't just walk over them. And this dive is so well executed. Lehens getting this kill, brutal. But the ebb and flow is the last thing to connect. Humanoid gets his first one. Heal out from Lehens. Still has no flash. Humanoid just needs to throw one auto there and he gets the kill. And Gen.G are just unable to answer to the aggression of Fnatic now. They thought they were the aggressive ones with the double dive under top lane turf, and now it is on the aggression's on the other shoe. Fnatic in a very good position now because of their very aggressive dive play in bot lane. And their aggressive punish onto a flashless Pays. Pays really should not have been playing that far forwards in that first death. But he was. Yeah, Oscar's not having fun. Keen has his 6 and has his passive, or has his Silver Bolts passive up, so he's just making sure this guy is having as little fun as possible. As there's the flash ulti from Canyon, the tidal wave, and it's sniped again by Lehens. Chain of Corruption trying to answer back this play. Holy cow, so many. But not going to happen. And now Chovy getting onto Humanoid. or Humanoid jumping onto Chovy, and there's the E, and a nice stun under the turret, but Razork will be able to survive, as there's the perfect cleanse there on the Enchanted Crystallero from Pays, and Gen.G went for the aggressive play. Fnatic answered back perfectly, and now the calling out, and it's gonna... Are you kidding? Lens. Stop it, Humanoid. Lens, stop it. 3 times this guy does this. That should be Keen picking that one up pretty easily. Is forced to pop ulti at least, but that's really it. Not that big of an investment, to say the least. It's a pretty small one. Fnatic now behind again. Gen.G answer back pretty well. Haze damage, and Lehens snipes the kill again. Again, man, dude keeps sniping the kills. These really. Final hour is the ulti. Overbolt isn't inactive. Hold on, I need to go check that. Sorry. Now I'm distracted by my own sheet. Yeah, okay, anyways. Oscar is getting jumped on here by Lehens, and Pays. He's gonna be able to survive this, but Pays is gonna be able to chunk pretty hard. Because there's the Ignite out on to Pays at least. So we got something. Yeah, why is this? Anyways, the arrow coming down. It's gonna connect. Pays stunned up. And the minions, and there's the ulti coming out, and Humanoid finds the kill onto Pays. And that is huge, as now Lehens going to be forced to flash. Humanoid can follow, though, and Razork will follow as well, and Lehens will go down. It's a shutdown onto the Nami. Huge plays. Why that wasn't marked. Anyways, it is so massive for Fnatic in this game. They're doing so much, as that's another plating over to Oscar, who's just going to keep getting tankier. But now they're looking for the punish here. Chovy's here. They're going to let Oscar escape. And Razork will not be able to escape. He's blocking so much damage, but it's going to go over to Keen. And so, going to keep things rolling. They're still down about 700 gold. They will get this Drake, unless there's Thievery of the Century. Yeah, Razork's not coming. It's Lehens getting jumped on by Humanoid, and Humanoid just executes him. And there's the picture-perfect cleanse. And Lehens will fall as Pays able to escape. And there's Humanoid going for the chase. Misses the chain, and it's 1-for-1. Shut down to Pays. And now Chovy with the enchanted ulti. And he's gonna find one. Is he gonna find Jun as well? Jun flashes away. Double kill for Chovy and Fnatic and Gen.G. This is a bloody, bloody game. Just an absolute mess of a game, and I love it. Everyone's forcing fights in this one, and this is huge for Gen.G because they're gonna be the benefactors. If they keep this going, they will always benefit. Look at Humanoid. Doesn't even need it. Double deceive is all he needs. Great cleanse there by Pays. The flash in from Noah actually puts him super low here, especially with the culling. And then Pays dancing around. He dies to 1 auto. And then Chovy just has so much damage here. What kills? Oh, he is scorched. As Keen gonna be able to roll away from Oscar and condemn him back and flash away from the Enchanted Crystallero paired with the Humanoid. I don't think the Humanoid stunned, but the arrow did. And that was really, really good play there because that's Vayne's flash down now. And now Pays gets the first turret, splits it with Canyon, as they will beat out Humanoid for that full turret in the bot lane, though. That's kind of good for them. This is chaos. This is a mess. This is a mess of a game. You know that? This is a mess. I love it, but it's a mess. As Keen gets jumped on by Humanoid. Humanoid going to do a lot of damage there. Man, it's going to be weird not seeing any of these items anymore. Like Storm Razor, and it's only Storm Razor that's been removed in this game. No one's building Mobies because Mobies are kind of garbage. As there's the jump in onto Lehens, and that's going to get the tidal wave out. Janet Corruption going to connect onto Pays, and I think Pays might die. Oh, Humanoid doesn't have it just yet. As Razork lands, the wind becomes lightning. Chovy is here, but he doesn't have enchanted ulti yet. Or upgraded ulti, whatever you want to call it. This is just back and forth as Pays jumps in. Nice cancel there, but there's the falling star, and Chovy goes on a killing spree. Now Humanoid trying to find a play here. He's not finding anything. He will get Lehens at least and able to jump back to safety, but Pays was prepared for it, so Pays going to pick up another kill onto Humanoid as now Chovy gets jumped on by Razork and Oscar, and here comes Keen. And there's a great stun from Keen to keep Chovy alive. And now they're chasing Oscar under the turret. They have 2 ADCs. They should be able to do it, but they just can't. Oscar gets out on a sliver of health. But Gen.G win this fight. Huge 1-0, 2-0 actually. No, Lehens, 2-1. Sorry, Lehens. Sacrifices must be made. And Herald is up. Fnatic can't go for it, but Gen.G weren't going for it already. Oh. I actually can't tell when it upgrades Disguise Descend on the thing. I need to actually see it. So this starts with a great arrow, but an even better Glacial Prison into Falling Star. And then Humanoid comes in, misses Deceive on both members, but is able to at least get one, but Pays is here. He kites down to the Deceive point, and this is Humanoid disappearing. Oh, the arrow connects. Huge play from Fnatic. And here comes Oscar. This is Canyon giving his life over as well. He is surely going to go down, and he will. Humanoid. Another kill. That has to be his 7th of the game. I don't know. It feels like he's killed everyone this game. 8 kills. He's already at the average amount of kills for his LeBlanc. And he's only 17 minutes into this game. Oh my goodness. Chovia's Skies Descend. This is absolutely insane. Razork finishing off this Rift Herald here. Will eventually get it. Drake is up, though. This is so on Gen.G. Like, I don't even know. I'm in awe that Gen.G are willing to do this. I don't think I've ever seen Gen.G just go like just fight like this before. Just consistently, randomly team fight and just throw in aggressive plays. They are always so slow. There's the Glacial Prison onto Humanoid. The Falling Star. Skies Descend. It will be Keen picking up that one. They didn't even need it. Chovy is unstoppable as he picks up one more. Aqua Prison forces 2 flashes. The Coling still connecting onto Noah, though. Oscar's getting breathed on again by Chovy. And Fnatic lose the fight. 1,500 gold ahead still. That's how violent this game has been. There's 26 kills in this game in 18 minutes. This is one I was not expecting from Gen.G at all. I expected this from Fnatic. It's pretty standard League of Legends, honestly. Oh, Oscar has chosen a bad spot to exist in. We'll be able to dodge away. Lehens is dead. Bye, Lehens. Noah gets the Darken Arrow. Piercing Arrow. He is the Darken Arrow. It's complicated. He gets the Piercing Arrow and will pick up another kill. Only a second of the game. Still relying on Humanoid here. It's almost Baron time. Crazy. Humanoid steals away this, but because of that, he has no deceive unless he wants to burn his ultimate, and he does. So he does this. He does want to burn his ultimate. Or he doesn't burn his ulti. He doesn't even get a chance to. He's just dead. Deceives back, flashes out, gone, and then Razork is just getting torn to pieces. Now Humanoid found Canyon. Canyon was playing a bit sneaky, but he kind of knows where the Scryer's Bloom is. They're not in very hard to find locations. Oof. Baron on the map. 1,000 gold. This is chaos. This is a mess. Is this? I don't even know what to expect anymore. This can go crazy. These two teams could just throw it. For all I know. As Jun is contesting Canyon, and there's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow connecting, and it's just not going to get anything. They don't even get the Scuttle Crab. What was the point? And Falling Star goes down. It will connect onto Razork, but that's not going to do much of anything. Only Razork. And now Humanoid looking for Canyon and Chovy here. But Razork going to keep going forwards with Humanoid now. Pays in the backline. Is going to be able to dash away from Oscar. The tidal wave hits onto 3. But Canyon forced to disengage there with Humanoid getting a massive engage himself. As Chovy going to breathe on Oscar again. And the Baron started. As Razork calling comes out, forcing the flash out of the jungler Fnatic. And while all this is happening, Ian is just fighting the push. He's just pushing bot lane. Not going to get the turret, though. He's going to get a lot of it. If you look at the turret's health bar, it is pretty low. Keen going to get hit. Will Humanoid be able to capitalize on it? That's a long CC chain. And Keen is just buying time right now. He's going to use Final Hour to start running away as Chovy is here. And there's the Knight's Vow going on to the top laner of Gen.G. And Humanoid just doesn't finish him. Why didn't Humanoid just finish him off? I mean, he might have not had anything. But I'm just saying, I think he could have finished that. Pretty sure Keen dies there. Okay. Why does Humanoid not pick this up? Okay, 2 deceives, chain, sigil. He's just not autoing. He's just not ulting. Or not ulting. He's just not autoing him. He probably gets a lot. It's a lot easier to kill Keen if you just auto him. But Humanoid doesn't. Okay, Rift Herald time. Let's see how this goes. What? Decommits. Okay. As Falling Star is going to find 2. It's Oscar. Razor trying to go in to find something. And now the calling coming out. Pays. Doing so much. Holy cow, what's going on outside? Humanoid so low. Pays flash for flash. And that's going to kill. The burn will do enough, and Pays will finish that one off as Noah is stuck. Will be able to finish off Keen here. Will he be traded in response? No. What is going on? Gen.G should be able to get this Drake here, put themselves on soul point. This should be an easy turret as well for Chovy. And it will be. And Gen.G are just going to stay waiting. They win that fight pretty convincingly. Oscar not going to steal this. Wait, Razork's here? Nope. This all starts with a great falling star from Chovy. And Hayes does so much damage. He has so many shots in that culling now. And this ulti, oh. So many things finish it off. Noah's able to get away. Keen actually rolling into the piercing arrow there and killing himself. That's an insane sentence. All right. And now the engage is already there. They've picked off Noah. Huge. It's too loud. Absolutely huge play. Razork going to get stunned up by the falling star. Humanoid going to jump onto Chovy now. But Gen.G have the angle. They're going to jump back onto Razork, and he's going to have to crescent guard as Keen trying to melt down Oscar. He's working on it. He's getting pretty close. But there is the chain. Going to try and dissuade him, but Paze is going to pick him up on a rampage. Oscar trying to ulti away, but the unstoppable onslaught is thoroughly stopped. Double kill for Paze. And Gen.G are going to get this Baron. They're looking like it's already over for Fnatic. It's only a matter of time as they are cruising in this chaotic environment of a game. They are confident. They are playing so well. Great removal of the Edge of Night Shield there. Using the W to get that first. And allows the ulti to connect. And then Oscar just can't engage. He's pretty much already forced to leave because Keen is just shredding him to pieces. And then great stun there. Incredible Aqua Prison by Lehens. And it just allows Pace to continue to go forwards, be a problem, do a ton of damage. And yeah, all that damage is onto Oscar. All of Keen's damage is onto Oscar. That's just Oscar's health bar. 748 stacks for Oscar right now. I don't think there's any other stackers in the game. Oh, no. Starlight. Right. Hayes calls an entire wave, pretty much. And Canyon is just zoning off Oscar from the wave right now. And Gen.G, and there's the engage already. The Aqua Prison from the Glacial Prison. That's cleanse out of Paze, though. But Oscar's already down as Chovy is dominating 6-1 and 5 in this. Oscar, or not Oscar, Razork forced to go into the crescent guard. That is him getting hit by the falling star. My goodness. Teleport in. They don't know Humanoid's here. And now Canyon going to get removed from the rift. And he's blooming. But that is just so much damage from Chovy. He's godlike right now. 7, or actually 8 now. As he's just going in with Keen. There's this black hole. Chovy's legendary Paze gonna go to become a dominator. Double kill for Chovy, and Gen.G have done the job they needed to do. They come in. They finish off Fnatic. They 3-0 them. And now they are moving on to face top esports. It wasn't clean. It wasn't easy. But it was done in the end. Gen.G, top esports. And then we will have Fnatic versus Team Liquid in our first elimination match of the tournament. NA versus EU. It will be the last vestige of North America fighting for their lives against their regional rival. Or cross-regional rival, I guess. Inter-regional rival? Yeah, that one. But for Gen.G, it wasn't clean, but it's business as usual at the office today, clearly. They come in and smack the West out of their bracket. But this does not give me confidence for their series on Sunday at all. Oh my god. Or Saturday. They play Saturday, yes. 3-0 Fnatic. It was pretty easy for Gen.G. All things considered, there was never too many. There were maybe 2 or 3 moments where it was possible they were going to lose, but that's really. It was really hard to find an angle where Gen.G were going to lose that game all the way. Completely lose it. And it's just. really easy for Gen.G to figure it out. They found out pretty quickly that Fnatic were going to, in that game too, that Fnatic were going to play that faster paced game, and they were perfectly prepared for it. And then the Sion pick came out, and they were not phased. So Gen.G, pretty convincingly put themselves, or convincingly put themselves into a matchup against China's number 2 seed. And now it's 3 wins to upper bracket finals. If they win this match, it would be the furthest they have ever made in an international event. It has been a long time coming for Gen.G to really get to anywhere close to resembling solid international form, and I'm not convinced. While this was probably good for them to get some messy wins out of the way, some unclean wins, so they can clean up for the next series, it's also, they looked very bad against a team they should have destroyed, is more important, I guess, in this case. They should have decimated Fnatic based on their LCK form, and this is a massive downgrade to that, and they need to really pick up the pieces, put it back together. And for Fnatic, had some good showings, really kind of tried to stick it to Gen.G, had some good fights, but just wasn't enough in the end, and that's what's going to matter most, is that you didn't win that game too, and that was your best chance at winning, and now you're going to be facing off against Team Liquid for your life, pretty much. You lose that, you're going home, and you're going to have to wait another month to play competitive League of Legends. So Fnatic really weren't favorites to win. They didn't win, but they could have made it closer than it was. It probably should have been closer. That's just how it is sometimes. You don't win 1 or 2 team fights in the late game, and that's going to cost you. And Fnatic learned that the hard way again. It's what happened to G2. It's what happened to them against Gen.G. And we'll see if it happens to them against Team Liquid. As now it's all to play for. Got no room for error anymore, and gotta win when it matters most. And with all that being said, that is it for the kimchicast for today. I've of course been your host, Box Kimchi, and we got. Ooh, I actually don't know what game is next. I should probably check. What game is next? Next we have. Oh God, I don't want to. Oh boy, we have another 3-0 on our hands, and that is BLG against PSG Talent. I love PSG Talent. I have so much faith in us, and I'm so excited to see what we can do. We are going to get absolutely curb stomped by Bilibili Gaming. They are on a different level than they were last year. They picked the MSI winner from last year, Knight, and pretty much changed nothing else. They are just stronger and just better. And now they have the expectations are so high, because last year they weren't expected to go as far as they did. They were a strong team. They weren't expected to be the best team, and now they are the best team, and the expectations are on. So, speaking of on, he's on the team. Very funny. But we'll see if PSG Talent can pull out a single game win, as they have a knack for upsets. They previously upset FlyQuest out of the tournament in the final play-in match of Group A, and we'll see if they can at least put some fight in against BLG. Otherwise, they will be going down to the lower bracket, awaiting the loser of Gen.G or of G2T1. But that is a match for a different day. So whatever time it is, have a good whatever is left, and I will see you tomorrow, where we hope PSG wins, because I believe. See you then.